I hope you're ready for your daily dose of democracy, because the ship we're covering today is straight out of Helldivers 2. And if you've had a chance to play that game, it is fantastic. It's some real fun bug hunting and robot battering action. And here in front of us, we have the ship from it. And you see a lot of these ships. I believe there's some slight different variations between them, but this particular one is the Herald of Wrath. And this is the way the Helldivers bring their democracy to the bugs and robots. So let's take a look around the exterior, then we'll go inside and we'll take it for a bit of a test flight as well. So having a look around the exterior, it is very accurate. The lighting from this skybox is making it look a little lighter than I would believe it to be. It seems to be a very dark ship within the Helldivers 2 game. I don't know if you agree with me there. But as we track along the side, you can see them side engine cells. It's a very standard looking sci-fi ship, but for some reason it's very beautiful that it's so simple. So if we go to the front of the ship over here, we'll start within this little area tucked inside. Now in here we have, of course, more railguns. So there's some railguns there so they can do some supported fire. They've got some antenna arrays, a camera stuck on the tip there, and more railguns, of course, down below. Tucked in the lower sections, we've got some beacons for some detail. And coming down the side, we have this sort of staggered spaced armor. Just check out the detailing that's been put in with these armored blocks here, and the use of these wiring components just to create a little bit more detail from a distance. Now a little bit above, you'll see that we've got these yellow lines to add a little bit of detail and shadowing over in that section, and on the top we have a little bit of venting going on here. I really like this sort of trellis effect that goes along the top of this ship. It has a lot of detail for what I would consider, in terms of space engineers, quite a small but probably really functional ship in terms of survival as well. Of course, on the side we have the Herald of Wrath logo. Now each one of these is actually a light block behind the sign, so that's how it's getting that illuminated effect. Let's just make sure I don't have my lighting on. Coming back down below, we've got this more flat hull area, and this area is crucial in terms of Helldivers 2 because this is where the majority of the supporting fire comes from. So you've got your orbital bombardment, in this case we've got some artillery or assault cannons, and we've also got the railgun here at the front. What I really like about this railgun, it's been customized with the turret you can see here at the back with the hinge, and they've added these on the side that almost look like a magazine, so it could do some sort of orbital bombardment. And something, I don't know if you knew this, if you played Helldivers, when you call in a bombardment, it comes in at an angle from where your ship is above. So let's continue moving ourselves forward. So underneath we've got a lower cockpit area. So this is the main bridge of the ship. Another bombardment or artillery turret down at the bottom there. As we come up to the side, you can see we've got this lovely sloped cockpit. We've also got some armor protection along the bottom, and then it enters into this vented area with a little bit of detailing as one of them conveyor caps there. Now, if you wrap around this center, we actually access kind of like a storage sort of component of the ship. I'm guessing this is where supplies are stored. And you've also got an entranceway and a hangar bay out to the rear there. Let's have a quick look on top. So as that trellis effect finishes here, it's got this lovely interlaced pattern that supports and protects the upper turret on the top here. Now, we don't see any space combat in Helldivers, but maybe we'll see something like that in the future. We don't know. So over this side we've got the same again, but this one doesn't have a person airlock. This just has a standard larger one. So coming over the side, we've got the beacon located on the top. And this is where things get really interesting because it staggers out to these little winglet tips that are also thruster housing. So you can see iron thrusters are tucked into these winglets. And on the side, look at that detail in there. So we've got these white little chunks that just extend out. This ship is a perfect example of using simple detail and effects to really bring out a design. And it's really an accurate replica from the ship from Helldivers as well. Going around the back of the wingtips, some more detail in here that I really do quite like. There are some blast sort of protecting walls there. Got the iron thrusters there. Coming to the back, we have the difference. These are the industrial iron thrusters? I believe so. But look at the spacing and the use of these little sort of hallway blocks in the side here to make some detail. Something I haven't seen, but they've got this really nice staggered angle, and they've used the panel blocks here just to frame that thruster housing, and it really comes together well. There's a lot of framing and depth creating in this design, as you can see here with these little loops. Let's go and drop below the ship and have a look at what is underneath. So underneath the rear, we've got the iron thrusters to allow it to propel up and down, and then to the side here, we've got iron thrusters facing it out either way. So let's just have a quick zoom out, and you can see I've added some extra ships in the background because something you notice from Helldivers, I'm not sure if this is a rumor or the truth, but all the ships that you see in the background are actually other players out on missions, or to me that doesn't sound like it would really be necessary. But if that's a true thing, then that must be really awesome. So coming over here, we have the airlock, and we're going to pop ourselves inside. So we've got 2 connects on either side for quick access to the cargo. We've got a double airlock that leads us into this area. Now, some areas of this ship have to, of course, be kind of reimagined because you don't have access to them. But this is the main hangar here at the back. So we've got a jump drive at the back, and this hangar bay is really quite nice. So look, you've got the large hangar doors on either side, so you could get a Pelican or an Eagle or whichever one of the transports that happens to pick you up from a planet to bring you back in here. And it's still quite compact, so this is perfect for a survival crew of a few players. Now, coming down here, we have ourselves the little sort of briefing, medical room, storage room over on this side. Not a room I've explored on the ship because I feel like you're kind of stuck up at the top area here. Now, over on this side, this is where the cryo tubes, I believe, come from. Or maybe I'm missing, maybe it's been redesigned. So the cryo tubes are usually down in this section and they kind of load you out. Or is this it? I'm trying to work myself through here. Yeah, because usually you press a button, the cryo tubes come loading up. But this looks like it's been reimagined as a bit of a cargo or storage bay. Over here you'd have your ship systems where you can interact with your ship. And you also have your customizability area coming up here in a second as well. So it's been reimagined and stretched out to fit within the design and the scale. So you've got to appreciate that from the developer. There's a cryopod over here in this section. So this area is really cool. It's nice to see a bit of a reimagination and a bit of disco block in here. Actually working really well. I'll turn off my lights so you can get a sense of the atmosphere. I'll pop my character into the center so you can get scale as well. The scale seems to be really quite well. So you can see there's an interior hangar door that seals you up from there. You've got the canisters down below, tucked into the wall there. Got all the consoles down the side. Really nice. It just feels really alive for a small ship. And it's hard to do that with a small ship and make it feel like everything has something to do. So you've got the armory over this side where you could pick and change your weapon. You've got a little drone there as well. And then we're on to the main bridge area. Now, the main bridge area is a little bit different. It's just because of the lack of blocks, really, in Space Engineers. This would be really hard to do without modding or vanilla, so we'll turn our light back off. And you can see this is where the Helldivers pods would be. And it is sad to know that this ship doesn't have functional Helldivers pods, but I guarantee, oh, look at that out there, that's super cool. But I guarantee someone will develop some Helldivers pods, and if they don't, I'm going to have a crack at them as well. They will be a challenging design to do for sure without any modifications, and they will be a bit chunky, so the scale of the ship might have to change, or the location. Let's have a look at this as well. What's this one? Emergency blinks. Oh, look at that, a bit of ambience in here. That's when the sort of voice comes over the intercoms like, mission ready. So the mission select screen is down here as well. Let's have a look what's going on here. So this is where you would zone in and choose where you want the ship to fly to. Got a little bit of a cockpit there. Got some storage containers over here. Anything inside these? Let's have a look. No, nothing inside them, so just decorative at the moment. Some server rack in there. Yeah, it's a really cool laid out ship, and I guess there's a secondary blast door here as well to protect the bridge. Yeah, beautiful little ship this. Let's have a look in the cockpit and see how this thing handles. I'm expecting it to handle quite well. So this one is our basic thrust. We've got thrust. Let's double check that we are not a static grid. Yep, let's convert to a ship. So we've got good gyroscopic movement. Let's check our acceleration out. Look at that presence on the screen though. I think if you were to use this sort of ship in a survival sort of setting, you would have to upgrade the arsenal of weapons that it does has. It has a very powerful railgun combo. Let's have a fire of that right now. So you can see it's got a very powerful railgun combo, and it is a support ship in a way. So if you're down on a planet, you could use the railguns and the assault cannons below to support you, because that's the idea of this ship. It's not designed to go up against other sort of fighters and frigates and other things. It is just a transport ship for a team of Helldivers. But still very cool. Got good maneuverability. Let's roll it over a little bit. This is not a planet, by the way. This is a skybox in the background. It's just I thought a better way of showing this darkly coloured ship. Darker coloured ships are really hard to show on YouTube. But as we roll back around, let's have a little bit of our thrust pack look. That's really nice. Acceleration is great. Deacceleration is slow, but that doesn't really matter. Let's have a go with our jump drive. Let's just do a blind jump. Now, we all know what a jump drive looks like, but it is super cool to do, isn't it? So that charges up. And in 1 second, zoop, there we go. Yeah, that is a beautiful Helldivers ship. The only thing missing is the Helldivers pods. If they were in this, I don't think it'd be possible to incorporate them in. But let me know. Let me know what you think of this ship. Do you want to take a look at it? There'll be a link down in the description to the video. And if you enjoyed the spotlight on this ship, make sure to hit that like button because it really does help. Anyway, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.